Hello everyone, and welcome to the Last Life Club podcast. This is a soundbite dedicated to the double header of the Game Awards and the PlayStation Experience that went down last week. I'm Gary, and today I'm joined by Tess.
Hello.
Ollie.
Hey.
Craig.
Hello.
And we're going to start off with the first one, which was obviously the Game Awards. Did any of you guys catch it? Like, obviously we're going to first focus on the awards first. We know we want to get to the exciting trailers, but did you guys catch any of the awards stuff?
I watched it live. It was it's so bad.
You watched it live? What time was that in the morning?
2 a.m. Horrible.
Jeez, you got nothing better to do.
Well, not at 2 a.m. It was a
Sleep?
complete waste of time. No, mate. Not for me.
So I figure the first things that we can do is just run through a few of them. One of the big ones are just the best ones for each genre. So best RPG, and it was out of Dark Souls 3, Deus Ex Mankind Divided, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine, World of Warcraft Legion, and Xenoblade Chronicles. And the winner was The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Blood and Wine. And the reason why I picked this first is because that was a DLC and it won over actual games. So I just thought that was very peculiar. Did any of you guys play any of these games throughout the year? I know that me and Tess have played World of Warcraft, but have anyone else played Witcher 3 or Deus Ex or Dark Souls?
You've just ruined my revelation about what I've played. So that's one. No, that's the only one I've played.
Yeah, but yeah, just very peculiar that a DLC kind of won over. And then for best action adventure game, it was Dishonored 2, Hitman, Hyper Light Drifter, Ratchet & Clank, and Uncharted 4. And the winner was Dishonored 2, a game that only come out just a few weeks ago, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Yeah, man, the whole thing is a sham, honestly. The whole thing is a sham. I watched the whole thing and it was like, we don't have time to show all the awards we want. So they would reel off 10 categories really quickly. And they'd be like, oh, if only there was more hours. And they would show 20 ads. It's if you stop showing the ads, there was this one about a shaver that was a man. And he's playing a fighting game where you play as a shaver against another man.
Oh, fair.
And they showed that one 3 times. It was rubbish.
They're like, we've worked really hard on this. We've got to get this in.
Yeah, I can't even remember what it was called. That's how crap it was. But
really lasting impact. And then best action game was Battlefield 1, Doom, Gears of War 4, Overwatch, and Titanfall 2, and Doom 1. And the reason why I'm doing this one is, did you see that concert that they did with the Doom guy just getting out with the guitar and running around the stage, blaring it off?
It's pretty bad, because it came straight after the guy talking about the cancer game. Dragon cancer.
Yeah.
So he comes on stage and he's crying about his son. It's very sad, because the game's about his son that died of cancer. And then straight after, literally as he's leaving the stage, it's just guitars coming in and some bloke running around, strobe lights. Oh, it's mental. Yeah, terrible.
And now something about hell with the rendition of Rip and Tear.
That's
Dragon Cancer guy, get off the stage. You're good. And then for best VR game, because I figured I'd do this, because this was going to be the year of VR. So, Batman Arkham VR, Eve Valkyrie, Job Simulator, Thumper, Res Infinite, and the winner was Res Infinite. Has anyone really got massively invested in VR from any of us here?
No.
I will at
not
Christmas.
You will at Christmas. Oh, are you? Which one are you going for?
I'm getting a PSVR for Christmas, but I have not. I've bought the headset, but none of the games. So I fully imagine it will join my Move controllers in a cupboard somewhere.
Fair enough, at least you're honest, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Indeed. Now I know there's a job simulator. I'm slightly interested in that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember it on the Oculus and stuff like that, and it always seemed super fun little game. If you're gonna have a VR game, and it's gonna be short, you might as well make it fun and memorable, I suppose.
Yeah. I will check something out.
What's the job then for Job Simulator?
Well, it's not a real job, it's a simulation of a job, mate. Come on.
Yeah, what is the job they're simulating?
I don't know. It looked like it was in office stuff
The
from what
job
I've
is
seen.
to simulate a job, okay?
Yeah, it's very complicated.
So meta.
Yeah.
Best independent game was between Firewatch, Hyper Light Drifter, Inside, Stardew Valley, and The Witness, and the winner was Inside. I personally have only played Stardew Valley of that list, so I can't speak for the rest of them. Has anybody else played any of the rest of them?
I've watched a playthrough of it Inside.
Inside, because
Go on.
no, I was about to say it was from the Limbo guys, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
it's very
it
much
was.
kind of
Yeah,
development on that.
It's pretty much
Go for
Limbo in a different environment, but it's not bad. It's quite cool. The concept's there. It's very relevant, you know. But yeah, it's I haven't played it, and I don't think I'd spend the money on it. So obviously raving about it over here, but yeah.
Cool. And best art direction: Abzu, Firewatch, Inside, Overwatch, and Uncharted 4. And the winner was Inside. Like, I know that me and Tess are big fans of Overwatch, and Ollie was a massive fan of Uncharted 4. I presume he still is.
It's not artistic though. It's not artistic.
But best art direction, so yeah, man, it's intriguing because Abzu as well looks gorgeous. So
yeah, it looks better than Inside. Inside looks really like desaturated. Doesn't really appeal to me. But I guess it's subjective, isn't it? I mean, it's like art. Wait, what can you know?
And then one that Ollie can talk about: best narrative, Firewatch, Inside, Mafia 3, Oxenfree, and Uncharted 4.
And it won, didn't it? Uncharted 4
it did
won.
win. Uncharted 4.
Yeah. Great game, mate. Literally a great game. I mean, I don't really want to say that it's super good or anything because the whole award ceremony was a sham. So I can't say one of them was good and then the other one was crap because the game I wanted won. They're all crap. Like all the awards are crap. But yeah, no, it's good. It's good story. And then didn't what's his name, Nolan North, come out and do a little?
Yeah, he won the voice acting award for best performance.
Yeah, and he tried to like get all empathetic, didn't he? Because he's on strike.
Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, everyone else is more important than me," or something. I can't remember.
And like for the best performance one, 3 of the 6 are all from Uncharted 4. So I mean, come on, like.
Yeah, I mean the performances were good, but. You know, don't listen to the awards.
and with that, final summation, the game of the year was between Doom, Inside, Titanfall 2, Uncharted 4, and the winner was, of course, Overwatch, because I think we all saw that one coming.
Yeah, man, Overwatch is going to clean up. It deserves to win pretty much every award.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, that's all I've got to say on that.
And onto things that we actually genuinely care about, and they were the trailers. And we're going to start with the one which was huge, the Death Stranding one. Ollie, go.
Oh, it was amazing. It's like better than any film trailer I've ever seen. You know what I mean? Like they try and be like cool, like films are so stylistic or cinematic, but like it was actually better than any film trailer that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, we had 2-star turns from Mads Mikkelsen, and we had Benicio del Toro as well.
No, Guillermo del Toro.
Oh, Jesus! I had one job.
Yeah.
You're sacked, man. This is the last one.
But yeah, man, it is a. You can't really have words for it because it's insane. Like everyone kind of just allows Kojima a kind of free pass of just like, yep, well, I'll see what it's like when it gets there, and I'm pretty much in that same camp as well. Was anyone else not sure about Death Stranding and has now had their interest piqued, or are we all kind of just intrigued to know what on earth is going on with it?
I've always, since the like initial like reveal teaser thing, been interested in like what the direction is on it. But I think now I'm sort of like I'm the biggest Mads Mikkelsen fan in the world. Like he's the most beautiful man to ever live, and I'm just like I need it. I don't think I've needed a game for a long time, and I need this one like now. Yeah, so pretty buzzed, fully talked, as we'd say.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm a big Mads Mikkelsen fan as well. So seeing him in the trailer was pretty good. I mean, I kind of, in a weird way, saw it coming because of Nicholas Winding Refn, the director. He likes Mads Mikkelsen a lot, and Kojima is literally hanging out with him like every day.
Oh right.
So I was like, something's going on here because this Mads Mikkelsen guy's been in like the Pusher trilogy, so that's 3 films from Winding Refn, Valhalla Rising as well. And probably, I think he's done a couple of other things because he's the same. They're from the same country, so I guess they do their own language. I don't know where they're from, but yeah, what language they speak. I think they're from the Netherlands or something. But anyway, they do their own movies over there, so those two are like pretty good mates.
They do their own.
I think he's Danish, actually.
They're Danish, well, whatever. Yeah, I don't know where they're from. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is they're doing films that we don't even see,
and they can speak to each other, and we can't. Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
How about you, Craig? Did you catch the very creepy trailer? What was your kind of thoughts on it?
So I it didn't pay a lot of attention to it because I am not a massive Metal Gear fan, and I sort of looked at it, and then I saw some creepy dolls, and I thought it's probably not the sort of thing that I would play. But I will let you guys experience it, and if it's something I could play without on my own, without people, with the lights on, and with people, then I will check it out. But it's perhaps a little creepy for me.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's going to be like a proper horror game. Like the Metal Gear games have always got like creepy bits in them, but they're not really horror games. It might be the same. I don't know. We don't know anything.
Yeah. I mean, he just came off Silent Hill as well.
But Silent Hill is one that I would. I think I sort of went after the second one. I couldn't go back. It was too much for me. I'm a gentle soul. It's
Yeah.
That's fair enough. And we're going to move on to the next game as well. The next trailer, it was Prey as well. And I realised after you just said Gentle Soul, and this one has almost got horror elements in it as well. But Prey, very cool, like very Bioshock in space looking. And yes, I know that means System Shock. But did anyone else a Bioshock fan who kind of had a look at Prey, or was a previous Prey fan, kind of had a look at it? No.
No, Bioshock fan.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. But I didn't. I'm gonna admit something now. I'd never heard of Prey before it was re-announced. So, but it looks properly interesting. I didn't see the trailer. I'm gonna admit it right now. I haven't seen the new trailer. But I'm up for giving it a go. I won't buy it on release. I'll wait to see what people say. But it's probably something I'll end up playing.
You heard it here first, guys. Tess is not going to buy it on release. We'll see how it goes.
Collector's edition for you.
Yeah.
Damn it, yeah.
And there were quite a few trailers, and the big story trailers was one for Halo Wars 2, which did a whole load of story for that. I'm not a Halo fan. I don't know if any of you guys here are massive Halo fans either. So I'm kind of just saying, if you enjoy Halo's story, it looks like it's very rad in that universe, and it builds up a new big bad for the upcoming game. And then we had a few for kind of games that we kind of had before, like Bulletstorm was one that we've had before, and they're having a new version, but they've got Duke Nukem in it.
Oh,
of course
God,
they do.
Mate, that was crap, wasn't it? That was so crap.
Mate, I couldn't believe it when they did it. I was like, is that a bonus at this point? Are we?
Yeah, the game didn't even look that good to start with, and if it sold really well, they wouldn't have re-released it like 5 times. They would have just, made a second one. And then now Duke Nukem's in it. That dude's an idiot anyways, so it's like, who asked for that?
Yeah, exactly. And then we had Rocket League, Starbase Arc, which was basically a new kind of addition to Rocket League in space kind of theme. It's a new free arena that's coming for it. Exciting, not a new game announcement, but exciting, something cool. Warframe, another trailer for it, because I gather it's coming onto new consoles and stuff. Lawbreakers was Cliffy B's kind of Unreal Tournament alike, which looks very fast paced and very fun. I don't know if anyone is like an Unreal fan or a Quake fan back in the day.
Well, I think the game's going to flop anyway, so I'm saying it now. Because
we're so brutal.
Because
we all really shady this evening.
The people at Quake and Unreal, they've already got a game to play. What are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I hadn't even heard of this game before I saw it on the Game Awards. To be honest with you, I just didn't like the Game Awards.
You'd never heard of Unreal? What?
No, I'd never heard of Lawbreakers.
Lawbreakers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay. Fair play.
I think if it was going to be a big deal, I would have heard about it by now.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, for action that's in it, it does look very fast-paced. It does look very Unreal-like. But, as I said, there are a few of them out there, so I've yet to see the thing that differentiates itself. But interesting, I suppose.
I promise I'll be super positive about the next game.
Yeah.
Shovel Knight, Spectre of Torment.
Whoa! Whoa, my God!
Was not expecting that, man.
It's sound just kind of falling backwards. Whoa!
Yeah, I actually did fall backwards.
Yeah.
But was anyone a Shovel Knight player? Did anyone play Shovel Knight back when it was released?
Yes, I like that. I did quite like it. Yeah.
I was relying on you for this one, Craig, because I thought it had you written all over it.
It's definitely it was I didn't follow it all the way through, but yeah, I did enjoy it, and I would definitely check out the next one. Yeah, definitely. But it lost its appeal long before the end for me, I have to say. I found it a bit repetitive, but I'll happily play the first half of another game. In the
Is it a sequel or is it DLC?
It's a DLC added on to the first game. But
okay.
It does look very cool. It does look like it switches up the gameplay. He's got like a side. He kind of like speeds along a bit faster. The kind of general feeling of the gameplay does have like a bit more urgency to it. I mean, it looks interesting, and certainly if you're a fan of the first one, this looks like a whole lot more kind of action in that regard.
I'll probably get the first one because the price is probably going to go down now. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've got Christmas sales coming up soon, so if you don't find it going for super cheap, I'll be very surprised.
Yeah.
And it has an amiibo now as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's an awesome amiibo, yeah.
And the final one was extra footage of a game that we're all probably going to play or look at some point, the Zelda game, Breath of the Wild. I personally did not look at this because I know I'm probably going to get this at some point, so I didn't want to spoil it for myself. But did anyone watch any of the Zelda stuff, or are they in the same boat as me of just, I'm going to play this, so I'm not going to spoil it?
I'm not in the same boat as you. I don't like the assumption that I'm going to play it.
Get out of my boat!
I've played one Zelda game, the very first Zelda game. That's it. I've never played any of the others since. Not because I've actively avoided them, but because until the Wii, I never had a Nintendo console. And then when I got the Wii, I just played Wii Sports and Wii Fit on it, and that's about all I did because I'm uber sporty and fit. Yeah. Don't laugh.
Sounded like you wasn't even sure yourself.
It was just a sarcastic yeah. It was like,
yeah. But it does look very pretty. I'll give it that. And I might play it. But again, like not on release, I don't think, and I'll wait to see what the reviews are. But I feel like Zelda is one of those things where everyone's going to buy it. Everyone's going to buy it and review it very highly anyway because it's Legend of Zelda and it's, what we all know and love, and there's all a bit of nostalgia attached to it and all that. So.
Well, this one looks like really different from the previous one. The only way I can think to describe it, what I've been telling people, is that it's a bit like when you play Metal Gear Solid 2 and then you play Metal Gear Solid 3. Like this looks like that sort of jump between what it was like, say, it's quite not basic, like no RPG elements really, except for you pick stuff up, and like to now it's like you're cooking food and like surviving basically, like in the jungle, or whatever. Not in jungle, in the forest.
Yeah, it's a lot more in line with a kind of Elder Scrolls kind of game. It's got a lot more of that kind of loot and kind of feeling to it as well, which is interesting.
Yeah, they still haven't shown any leveling though.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how they'll do that to progress your character. I don't know whether it'll be just gear or whether it'll be abilities too, and I wonder how they'll handle that. How about you, Craig? Are you a Zelda person, or are you weary of it, like Tess seems to be?
I do. Again, it's one that I think I buy them all, and then I think I've actually only finished 2 of them. But I did see, so I didn't see the trailer, but I did see the actual game. It wasn't a hands-on demo, but I saw it at Hyper Japan a couple of months ago. So I've seen the gameplay, and it was on the Wii U. They were running it, and yeah, it looks really good. It looks very different. To me, it was a bit. So it was like the cooking stuff was a bit. It's almost a bit sort of new Tomb Raider, Uncharted, Zelda. I thought it looks really good. I think almost by going down the route of copying a sort of more open world thing, people will go, well, actually, the graphics aren't as good as you get on the PS4, and when it's playing like those games,
right.
Probably people will. It opens it up to, I think, a bit more criticism, but and they reckon that you can just go straight to the end if you want. You can go straight to the final boss, and you don't need to do any of the optional stuff, which is a very odd thing for them to promote in their game. They were like, it's this massive world, but you can just go straight to the end boss if you like.
Is that what they said?
Take that, speedrunners.
Yeah. What are they doing? Yeah.
I do think they said you probably wouldn't beat it if you did go straight there, but I'm interested to see what it's like, but I will buy it. But again, I'm not convinced I'll finish it.
That is more than fair enough. They are huge games.
Yeah, I mean it is massive. It's they showed half an hour and it was apparently 3% of the final game. So it does look massive, and it does look good, but it looks very, very different. But yeah, I'll check it out.
Well, rounding up our thoughts for the Game Awards, and they seem so positive, just overwhelmingly positive. It's crazy. Is there anything that someone wanted to add, or are they sick? They're sick to death of it already, just in this conversation, and they just want to move?
Well, the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Just a few things that were stupid. To be even more negative. Esports Athlete of the Year. What? Athlete. What they're talking about? Like stupid. Like, it was presented by Michael Phelps, like the most decorated Olympian of our time.
I think that's harsh.
He's like,
I think what you're saying is harsh, man. Like, these guys train hard.
Yeah, eat that.
Yeah. But I mean, if I was really good at Excel, I would be an athlete. But I swear, just sitting in front of a computer, like.
To be fair, I've got the best esports player, not best esports athlete, written down here. So.
Okay. Well, anyway, basically the way he said it was my fellow. He said my fellow athletes. That's what he said.
Yeah,
so
I'm so sure that it's came up, and the whole esports name branding is weird to me. Competitive gaming is fine, I think.
Yeah.
But hey, you've got to be able to sell it. So esports. But
yeah, and the other thing was the trending YouTube personality of the year, and they're showing the nominations, and they're all just like people shouting while playing games, overreacting. And one guy got his Guitar Hero controller or some sort of Rock Band implement and smashed up the drum kit with it. And I was watching it like, oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with these people? And he won. He won the award. I was like, it's mad. It's like another world to me. I don't really understand that whole YouTuber culture. Yeah, anyway, I thought that was shit.
But the winner was Boogie. And he seems like an alright guy, so I will say that as a counterpoint for that.
yeah.
I'm not pulling the rug out from underneath him because, mate, to be fair, trending gamer is a weird thing. That's the thing. But hey, for what it's worth.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a bit like the Oscars. Oscars having movie critic of the year. Yeah. And then everyone overreacting and trying to be cool to win it.
But yeah, there you
Good
go.
thing I'm not entered then.
It's like, I'm taking back my application for next year. Very satisfied people for the Game Awards. I mean, for what it's worth, it's good that there's something celebrating gaming and the people who make it, and it's cool seeing new trailers. The awards are the most redundant part of it, which is weird and very strange.
100% agree with you. It's good that it exists, but it needs some serious retooling. I mean, the gaming BAFTAs, they exist, don't they? Is that all right?
They do exist. They do exist. Yeah, I think they do them early in the next year, kind of thing, rather than
yeah.
Because obviously, it's Christmas time, and then we get March, January, and February, which are huge gaming months. So, hey. But yeah. Moving swiftly on from the Gaming Awards, which we, just loved, onto PlayStation Experience. And we're going on to PlayStation Experience, which I personally wasn't sure how much they were going to really be bringing to this. But they turned out in force, and they brought out some big things. And I'm with the resident PS4 owners club right here. These three people are PS4 gamers. And as such, Ollie, what was the biggest announcement that you kind of took in during this PSX?
Oh my god, put me on the spot.
Yeah,
the biggest announcement. It was probably, for me personally, was Let It Die being available now. As in now in inverted commas, because it took a couple of, it was the next morning, but still. Because I've been waiting for that game for ages. It's a free-to-play game, and for them just to say, it's available now, go and download it. That was pretty amazing.
So what is this game? Break it down, what it actually is.
It's like a free-to-play online game. It's a bit like Dark Souls.
Okay.
But it's also futuristic and kind of like punk. It's really hard to describe. So basically, you're meant to be climbing a tower that ascends to heaven, and it's 30 floors. And you make a fighter, but they just start in their pants, and you have to collect armor and weapons as you go. So you come across random enemies, or you come across other players, but that's very rare to come across other players. But they've got orange names, so you know who they are. But then if you die, you have to pay real money to start again. No, to start where you left off, or you can start again for free.
Okay, all right.
But what you can do is every 5 floors you can set up a checkpoint. So then when I die, I could start again at the 5th floor for free, but I'd have to start with a new character.
Gotcha. Yeah, it's an interesting
But,
new
yeah,
twist
it's-
on the model, I suppose.
Yeah, it's really good. Like, I didn't hit a paywall and I played it for 3 hours.
Did you enjoy that
I had
experience?
a pretty good time. Oh, it was amazing. It was brilliant. Mate, I got killed. The way I died was quite spectacular as well. I basically walked into a room and there was a pile of armour and weapons on the floor, which obviously now I look back was obviously a trap. I was like, oh my god, I'm going to go pick those up. So I run into the room and then the gate behind me shuts. And I turn around and the player has shut the gate and then 2 other players has come in and just like beat the crap out of me, ending with one of them ironing my face with an iron.
Nice.
So I was like, and then when I died, the woman appeared and was like, "Oh my god, the way you died was totally gore-tastic." Like she like lives it up like it's the best thing ever, to try and get you to carry on. But I was like, "No, I'm out. Like, I'm not paying real money for that." I didn't even look to see how much it cost either. So, but yeah, I recommend it because it's free. You may as well download it. It's 27 gig though. So
Oh, Jesus.
As you would imagine, I'm now going to put both of you two on the spot. So, Tess,
Crazy.
Tess, what was your biggest announcement that you took from the PlayStation experience?
I don't have one biggest announcement.
Well, for the
I've
sake of this
been-
question, what was your one biggest
cop
announcement?
out. What a cop out.
Okay.
We'll talk about them all. I just wondered what you was most excited about.
Oh, the Wipeout collection. The Wipeout collection. Wipeout Amiga. Because I played the crap out of those games. Okay, when when PlayStation 3 got hacked and they gave it to you for free because I wasn't going to pay for it. I got it and I played like literally everything. Like I unlocked everything, put hours and hours and hours and hours into it, and then like I don't have my old PS3 anymore, and logging into a new one is a pain. Then I got to download it, but now I can play it all upgraded with those awesome soundtracks and with better graphics on my PlayStation. Well, I could play it on PlayStation already, but PlayStation 4. So, yeah, like, absolutely buzzing about it. Looks awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Can't wait.
Yeah.
So you're looking forward to giving them your money as opposed to benefiting from misfortune.
Yeah,
this time around.
exactly. Yeah, I'm going to give them all my money, collector's edition. Buy on release. You heard it here first.
Oh, why?
I would take PSN can go down for 3 days again. I don't mind if they're going to give.
Yeah,
me
if they're going to give it to me, I might attack it myself. Like, that wasn't there.
You heard that? You heard that? Craig, what was your biggest takeaway from the PSX?
So I am going to go for Parappa the Rapper.
Yes.
Yes, amazing game. But more from what it represents, because I think it's great that Sony are sort of getting on the. Not that I want the console to be full of remasters, but they've got loads of franchises that have sort of been abandoned, and I think it's great that they're bringing some of them back and potentially testing the waters to go forward with them. So yeah, Parappa the Rapper. I'm quite excited about it. Although I think looking at it, it just doesn't. I couldn't really tell which bits were supposed to be remastered and which bits were the original from the trailer, which I'm not sure is a particularly glowing testament to the remaster.
Well, it looked so good when it first came out, though. So it looked amazing. Like it hasn't aged, I don't think.
Yeah, and I think it's got a really really good style, and yeah, I think it's good that they're sort of they're at the stage now where they can go back and bring some franchises back. Like they've done with like it was really great, like Ratchet and Clank being remade this year. Like just I like the fact that they can bring some franchises back and we can get new games of good concepts that maybe just weren't right at the time.
Yeah, Medieval. Bring back Medieval.
You can't forget that PlayStation has like all of those franchises because everyone's always like, oh yeah, Nintendo Smash Brothers or like Capcom versus Marvel or whatever, and it's like PlayStation does actually have really good franchises as well, but they just don't really ever do any callbacks or like nostalgia based stuff until recently, and now they're going hard, which is really good.
Yeah. So I'm happy with that.
It is good. It is good that you're right. They've got an amazing back catalogue. Apart from PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale, they've not really done anything to celebrate them. And that wasn't the best one. No, that was not a celebration. You get invited to that party, just leave.
Oh my god.
And as we're on the tip of like old like classics, not with shit parties, we're talking about old classics. Crash Bandicoot's got redone. Is anyone else a massive Crash Bandicoot fan from back in the day?
Bro, yes. I don't want to be the only one to say yes though, so
I did enjoy it. I have to say the thing that surprised me going back to them is the looks are the looks. I can take that. but the controls felt really weird. Like, the way that it actually controlled was really weird. So if they can fix that and give, like, great new visuals, then that's very interesting indeed.
It's the lag of old consoles. I think that you push the stick to move one step so that you don't slide off the slidey bit, but then you've gone 3 steps and you're dead. You know, that's literally Crash Bandicoot for me. And then, but like I did recently replay it, and if you've been playing it for a couple of hours, I mean, if you've let it get that far and you stick with it, you know, you commit, then it's not too bad. You get used to it again. But we're so spoilt with games now, I think, that it's difficult to play old games and feel comfortable in them. So I'm not sure that the controls are that bad, but they are definitely dated, and it would be nice to see it brought up to speed.
It was like more the fact that it was like the way that it held directions. It felt more like a kind of 4-way than a kind of 16-way kind of. It felt rigid. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean.
But the new game itself, it looks really good. It almost looks uncanny at a certain point. I don't know whether the old movements with new graphics look completely amazing, but obviously it's still got some way to go. So I'm sure they'll be able to get that kind of feeling a bit right. But yeah, I was impressed by it. But Crash Team Racing, that's what I want. I want Crash Team Racing.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if they don't bring that back after this.
Yeah, man.
Maybe like Crash Team Racing, because there's 2 of them, isn't there? And also Crash Bash. They might bring that back
I
as
think that wasn't Naughty Dog, so I'd be very surprised if they could bring that back.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
Jack and Daxter, though.
Jack and Daxter, yeah. Mate, they still got that. They could have like a kind of new Uncharted dark version of like, well, not dark Jack and Daxter 2, but like, you know what I'm saying. And also on the platformers thing, Knack 2. Yeah, hear that sound, hear the cheers going on there. Knack 2, and it's got co-op. I mean, that's a thing that exists now apparently. So
You're so harsh on Knack. Have any of you played it?
I haven't. No. Oh no, actually, I have. I did.
No, I
played the demo.
either.
I played it when it was demoed. Yes.
I owned it. Okay, I had it. I had a physical. I know I've got all sorts of shit, but I had that, and I played it, and I enjoyed it, and I thought it was nice. I thought it was a nice change. I mean, I'm going to sound really female saying this, but it was cute. Okay, and I enjoyed that about it. So, yeah, don't slag it off. Don't be so harsh, bro.
I look forward to more cuteness and...
Bugger off.
The PS Pro update, and I was like, why has Knack got a PS Pro update? Well, now we know. Like, that is why it has a PS Pro update, because they're forcing it down our throats again. But no, they're not. It's going to be alright.
And this one is mainly aimed at Ollie, but Yakuza 6... and Kiwami coming to the West next year.
Yeah, so Kiwami's a remake, isn't it?
Oh, that's what it is. The remake of the first one. Yeah,
I think.
No, that's right.
Yeah. And then, now we have 0 coming, Kiwami and 6. I'd rather have the samurai one.
Oh, right.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, the one.
Ishin? I think it's called Ishin.
Mate, you're my go-to Yakuza guy, so if you don't know, then I don't know.
Yakuza Ishin was the samurai one. But yeah, Kiwami's alright. It's going to be good. I mean, I'm going to buy them anyway. I bought all of them, and I finished them all too. Big fan. Mm-hmm. You guys should definitely try them. If you haven't played Yakuza, then you should get on it.
There you go. Glowing praise.
There you go, yeah.
And more old franchises that are still coming back. Gran Turismo Sport. There's a trailer for the new one. It looks like more good-looking cars. I mean, yeah.
It looks, it just looks more real than ever. They've just upped the graphical quality,
Like, anyone feel free to stop on these, but like, Gran Turismo. I like Gran Turismo, and there's always like one a generation, which is like, oh, this is the Gran Turismo I'm going to go in on. But they're so huge now, it's almost overwhelming the amount of options that are in them. And I remember like the last one I played on was on PS3, and I was like, this is crazy. I don't even know what to attack first. Like, but yeah.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But I mean, now I've got Drive Club, I'm kind of probably not going to bother with that, so.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to hate on Drive Club because they're the same people who made MotorStorm, and I really like MotorStorm, but yeah, Drive Club, a bit weird for me. What
don't you like about it?
It just felt like a kind of mix between like realistic and arcade, and it took the worst kind of elements of both.
It is like a mix of arcade and simulation. I'm much more of an arcade racer though, like I can't get in simulation games so much, so yeah, I probably wouldn't get Gran Turismo. I would have got it though if it wasn't for Drive Club, I think, because I kind of like to have a racing game in the rotation.
Are you a driving game fan, Craig, or not so much?
Well, so for me, Gran Turismo it's another one that I don't think time's been kind to it as a franchise. I think when I first played it, it was all about, it was really good. It was really realistic. The graphics are amazing, and now most driving games have a decent amount of customization and decent graphics. So I almost feel like Gran Turismo sort of, I don't really get what its USP is anymore. So I'm not now a massive sort of. I think there's other games that offer as much customization, but a bit more fun, maybe.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree with that. Yeah, like, I mean, the Forzas have decided to embrace the kind of crazy customization of the paintwork and stuff like that, and, you know, we've got Horizon, which is a lot more of a kind of fun tilt on it, and then Gran Turismo is very much the same kind of stuffy old kind of Gran Turismo of just, we're going for brilliance, we're trying to recreate it perfectly, and it's like, that is good. We've been doing this for 20 years now, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the graphics are good, but I think the last time I played Gran Turismo, actually the best thing about it was I stopped the car and was looking at the view, and I thought that's where probably a driving simulator has gone fairly wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
There was an ad, wasn't there? They did that ad of the same thing where the car's driving along, and then it pulls into the lay-by, and it's like, watching the scenery or whatever.
Yeah. I remember that Gran Turismo 3 one, where the PS2 did feel amazing, like it was like, oh my god, this is so real.
Yeah.
Here's a question that I wanted to ask. Did any of you guys play Gravity Rush 1? No?
Yes.
I played the
you
demo.
did? Awesome.
I've got the... Yeah. Oh, sorry. So I got it. So you will notice a recurring theme is I buy a lot of games and start them and then don't finish them. So I got it on the PS Vita. And then I got the remaster on the PS4, and I've played about an hour of both, and then given up.
Oh right. Well, obviously it was compelling enough to get the next version, you know.
Yeah, I think. Well, the PS Vita was just it's a bit fingery, and you have to touch the screen in all sorts of places on it to make the character move, which was a bit fiddly. So I thought maybe if it's on a console with a controller, it'll be a bit better, but. It literally just looks like an upscaled PS Vita game. For me, I think it's a really ugly remaster, personally.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it doesn't. So, So, and I was actually quite surprised. Pleased that it got a sequel because I think it's a good concept. But, on the strength of the first game, I'm not sure I'd rush out and get it.
Oh, well, Raven's playable in it, so that's cool.
Great. Maybe that's where that's the root of all the problems with Gravity Rush.
I'm just joking. But,
oh god, we're so keen.
No, it's fair enough. Man. I mean, you gave it 2 goes. I mean, if it didn't pull you in, then obviously it's just not for you.
I'm glad that they're sticking with it and not just ditching it because it was on the Vita and inevitably then no one bought it.
Yeah, it must have an audience as well because otherwise it wouldn't be doing it. So I guess someone out there is enjoying it.
I mean, for what it's worth, I think it kind of looks fun. But I've never had a PlayStation like Vita or a 4, so I've not played it. So for all I know, I could be in the same boat as Craig. And then, so I was like, maybe it's positive, but I don't know. Now, Sony also announced Uncharted: The Lost Legacy, and at this point, I'm going to defer to Ollie to talk about Uncharted: The Lost Legacy.
Oh man, keep throwing me in it. Well, basically, did you guys watch the trailer?
Chloe's back.
Tess watched it. Craig, did you watch it as well?
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so it looks great. Obviously, it looks like amazing. But I thought it was Tomb Raider at first for like the first 30 seconds maybe because I was like, oh, it's a woman.
Basically,
what else is it going to be? Yeah. So, but then when she got out a little Sony phone, I was like, oh, so it's Uncharted then. That was a bit of a giveaway. They showed gameplay, but it's like, what is gameplay? You can't really tell. Like, it could just be cutscenes where she's like moving between, like seamless cutscenes and gameplay. Like, because the camera was super close as well, which isn't really an Uncharted thing to do. It's going to be. I mean, I don't know. It's too hard to say. They didn't really say what it was. Like, is it DLC? Is it standalone?
Standalone.
I don't even know. Is it standalone and DLC?
Oh, yeah.
A bit like Last of Us.
I think it's both. Yeah.
Last of Us. What's it called? Left Behind.
Yeah, a bit like that.
Yeah, it's like a micro. How long was that?
A few hours. It wasn't excessively long. I'd say about 5-10 hours.
It's like a third of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third of the main game.
Yeah. I mean, it was nowhere near as long as the actual game. It was amazing though.
Oh yeah. So this is. I mean, I saw someone online saying that maybe they'll release loads of these like mini Lost Legacy stories, but I don't know.
That would be
I mean, it looks cool. I'll definitely buy it.
Like, wasn't there rumours before that this was announced that it was possibly one involving another character, like one of, like, I don't know any of the characters in Uncharted, but
Nate's brother. Yeah. Sam.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That was the original rumor, but I think it was people just, as I said in the last podcast, people just projecting what they want onto the rumor. Like, oh yeah, it's going to be a single player DLC starring Sam, like based on nothing.
All right.
So
there you go.
But yeah, it might, maybe, who knows? I mean, it's just one of those things, isn't it? They don't really say anything or show anything, so yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
okay. We don't really know anything.
Yeah, it's difficult.
So you three are all Uncharted players, I take it, from the yeses kind of going around?
Mhm.
Yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So are you guys looking forward to getting this, or are you not sure?
Well, I haven't even started the fourth one yet. I haven't even opened it. It's still sealed. And I'm replaying the second and the third one because the first one was rubbish, and my other half has never played any of them. So I'm like playing those through, and then I'll play the fourth one, and then I'll let myself get excited about this. But, but yeah, sort of like under the surface, I'm excited.
Yeah, I think it's like cautious optimism.
Yeah.
Are you the same kind of cautious optimistic, Craig, about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think the gameplay, whichever one apart from the first Uncharted, the gameplay is always pretty solid, and it does look sort of to follow the same sort of formula in terms of the fighting and stuff. So I think even if the rest of it's naff, it always plays really well. So I think it's probably worth checking it out. But it does. I don't want to spoil anything for Uncharted 4, but it sort of annoys me how they sort of they just mash up all these characters that apparently have never met before, and they rewrite the like storylines. So I was a bit like, why are these two characters actually together? Because they were never featured together before, and they do that a lot. I think in Uncharted 4 they sort of rewrite things. So in terms of the storyline, I'm not holding out a lot of hope, but action wise,
yeah, I know what you mean.
But I don't want to spoil anything. So do play it, Tess.
No, you haven't.
It's
You
a good game,
didn't.
It's
You
alright,
scared me a
don't
bit
worry,
when you said that, and I was waiting for the ending, but you didn't say anything. It's fine.
Like, yeah, when you did spoilers, I was like, well, there you go, Tess. Enjoy that, spoilers.
I was thinking about editing, like, man, I'm going to have to bleep all of this, but it's fine.
It was very diplomatic.
I don't want to spoil anything.
Another Naughty Dog game. There was Last of Us Part 2 announced. I don't know what people think about this. I'm with you on that.
Boo.
Really?
I adore Last of Us 1, and I think it was kind of wrapped up pretty perfectly, and I love the kind of ending, the weight of the ending. So for me, it's kind of, I just loved it as a one shot. I don't know about how everyone else feels about it.
I have a problem with not Uncharted. I don't have any problems with Uncharted. I've got a problem with The Last of Us. And I've spoken about this in length with like a number of people who've told me I'm wrong, and then I'm never wrong. So, but basically the way I look at Last of Us is that I feel that the narrative is great. I mean, the story is absolutely on point, and like you said, there's a lot of weight at the ending, and I bawled my eyes out, and it was brilliant. But I feel like the gameplay and the narrative, there's a disconnect between. And I feel like you are just literally walking or travelling from place to place in between cutscenes. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love narrative-driven games. I'm a massive fan of Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls and things like that. But I didn't feel like this... I felt like it should have been more integrated into the gameplay than it was, and so I'm sort of hoping they take it a different direction with Last of Us Part 2, and I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. I don't know, maybe it's just me.
Well, I don't know how to respond to
I do agree that I think for me, Last of Us, it was a game I started, and then I thought I wasn't going to finish it, but then I went back and finished it. But it was the narrative that kept me playing. It wasn't the gameplay that kept me playing. It's almost a flip of Uncharted. Sometimes it's the gameplay in Uncharted that keeps you playing, as opposed to the storyline. I thought The Last of Us was the other way around, and that's probably why I don't want another one, because I just thought it was the perfect story, and I'd rather they sort of invested in a new story with maybe some of the mechanics from Uncharted rather than go back. And I'm sure it'll be good. I'm sure that they will not. They were very aware of how people feel about it, but yeah, I think it was a story that's been told and doesn't need a sequel for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much echoing like Craig's. Like, after Tess finished, I was like, I don't know how to say this, because like I don't want a second one, but everything you're saying is kind of valid to a certain degree. Like, there is a disconnect between the action sequences. Like, it's tense, like it's good action, but it sometimes feels like it doesn't mesh well with the story at times. But most of the time, it's pretty good. But I enjoyed the gameplay and I enjoyed the story, and that little disconnect didn't really matter a huge amount to me, just because I love the characters so much. So seeing them again, like, I was just so happy with the way that it kind of wrapped up, and like especially with that trailer was super weird, wasn't it? Like, it wasn't just me. Like, she was playing like her guitar, like, do, I'm gonna kill everybody. I was like, what? That doesn't feel like the character who I kind of was with before.
Yeah, well, something might have happened, mate.
Well, obviously, yeah. I'm hoping they explain it.
She's 19
well,
now, isn't she? Go on, sorry.
Yeah.
No, I never finished Last of Us, but I know what happens at the end. I'm not going to spoil it. People that might not have finished it, but the ending sounded alright. I wouldn't have thought they needed to make another one. But then again, I talked to someone about it and they were like, yeah, it's perfectly good as it is, but I will buy the sequel.
I think everyone will.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. Like, I'm too invested in these characters and I adore them too much for me to give up now. Even though I don't necessarily think it should exist, I probably will play it. So yeah, we shall see. But as Chris from the site rightly said, it's a famous franchise, so of course it's going to get a sequel, and he's right.
Yeah, man. Prince money.
Yeah. And on to, finally, well, not finally, but on to one of Ollie's great predictions. Marvel vs. Capcom 4 appeared at PlayStation Experience. So what's your reaction to that, Ollie?
Mate, it doesn't... I'm happy because I like the games. So as I said in my initial write-up...
That was a terrible defense, but okay, go with it.
I wrote in my write-up, I was like, even if I'm wrong, it's a win-win because I like the games, so
just covering yourself.
I get a new game. No, man, I was completely wrong. I'm
lost all his credibility.
I put on the site multiple times that I admit that I'm wrong, but it looked alright. It looked pretty cool. I'll definitely buy it. I mean, as long as it's got legacy stick support, it's very important to me.
Yeah, same as.
Because I've got 2 arcade sticks and I only one of them's PS4. And I probably won't play it online, so it needs to have legacy stick support. They didn't patch it into Marvel vs. Capcom 3, which was also announced.
Yes, they're re-releasing that on PS4, and it's going to come to PC eventually.
Yeah, it's coming in March. Is PC and Xbox One.
Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't patch it in, and I think it might be because of I think we talked about it last time, but it was the Marvel trying to bury the X-Men.
Oh, right.
Part of the contract was that if they port anything, they're not allowed to change anything.
Oh, right, yeah.
So obviously they couldn't add legacy stick support because they're contracted to not change it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the game looks cool. They're probably going drip feed characters out, as they always do. I think so far they've showed Ryu, Iron Man, Captain Marvel...
Captain America and Morrigan.
Yeah, so the standard, really, like the characters you would expect.
Yeah.
Hopefully they won't get too weird with it, because obviously they do want to sell copies, so they need to not waste slots on joke characters.
Yeah. I mean, they did look like they were taking the comic slant again, as opposed to the movie slant. Like, it looked very much kind of comic renditions.
Oh yeah, the character costumes and that were very much the... well, they weren't the movie ones. I don't know too much about comics, but they weren't the movie costumes. Like, Captain America looked super ripped. Like, he was insanely muscly. And his costume, I think it still had the little wings on the hat as well, which obviously... but basically, the gameplay really looks like Street Fighter Cross Tekken.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
It literally looks exactly the same. It looks more like that than it does Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
And it's got gems too.
And it's got gems as well. But then I was thinking, because me and Gary were talking earlier on about gems, and he was like, oh, it's like an RPG boost. But it's sort of like in other games where your one character gets one good thing, like a V skill or a V trigger in Street Fighter 5, or Rage mode in Tekken 6.
Yeah.
Like, you get a boost, but it's not character specific.
Yeah, I mean, it's far too early to say whether it's good or bad. So I'm not going to say it. I'm just surprised that after the amazing way that they were received in Street Fighter Cross Tekken, that they're basically bringing back something which were gems like again. It was more just kind of they're brave. It's a bold decision.
It's a bit like in Alpha, you could pick, in Capcom vs SNK2, you could pick your fighting style.
Yeah.
So it's a bit like that. There were 6 of those, and if there's 5 gems, for what I've heard, or this is Infinity Gems from the Marvel series. I don't know if there's 5 or 6. Yeah. So if there could be 5 or 6 fighting styles, which is fine. It should just be like speed or power or defense or whatever. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. Excited.
Tess, as a comic nerd. Geek. Sorry. What were your thoughts on Marvel vs. Capcom?
Well, I'm not a huge fan of fighting games. I mean, I played Tekken 5 and I've got Tekken Cross Street Fighter and I enjoy them, but I'm not going to go out my way to play them. But that said, Captain Marvel is my favourite superhero ever. I've got so many I've got the first ever Captain Marvel comic, so you can, if you want to be my friend now properly, then that's fine. But yeah, pretty excited. Probably get it. I like to buy. I don't know how Ollie's going to feel about me saying this, but I like to buy a fun, not too serious game. Every now and again, just for something to stick in and play occasionally when I don't want to shoot things in the face, I'd rather beat people to the floor instead, so yeah.
I was there was on that same topic, there was a thread on NeoGAF about whether or not a fighting game could be casual and not hardcore, and
Dive
basically this is it ended up people saying Dive Kick or Smash Brothers, but then ultimately it ended up depending on how good your opponent is what type of game it is. So if you're just going to play against the computer, then fun game. Have a laugh. If you're going to play against me, though, we're not laughing.
No one's having fun.
No, there's no fun allowed.
Craig, how are you on Marvel vs. Capcom? Are you a fan of the franchise, or?
I wish I could play it. So I think it looks amazing. It always looks so much fun, and when you watch people playing it, it always looks great. And I remember the first time I ever saw it being played was in an arcade in America, years and years ago, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" But I am hopeless at them, and thus I never enjoy them because I am just rubbish at them. So it's something I would never buy, but I would probably enjoy watching people play.
Yeah. I'm kind of similar with that kind of, especially with Marvel vs. Capcom. It's too complicated. I think it looks cool in action.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm not. There are very few fighting games I've ever been able to master to the point where I actually enjoy playing them against people that I'm generally against the computer on easy, and I might enjoy it for a bit, but then it's just really shallow gameplay. So I like the characters, I like the concept, and I like it. I like it, but it will not be for me.
Yeah, that's fair enough. I mean, I do like fighting games, and Tekken and BlazBlue are my faves, and they're ones that I'll put time into. But there are quite a lot of good ones out on the market, although not this year. But Marvel vs. Capcom was always one that was just intimidatingly deep, especially when you see people doing infinites, with TAC combos, and you're just very cool. I don't know how to do that, but very cool. So yeah, but
hopefully it'll be a bit. Hopefully it'll be a bit more straightforward because it's 3 characters now. It's down to two per team.
Yes.
So you've only got to learn 2/3 as much, basically. Also, the roster size is probably going to be smaller as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be super cool. And there was no real assists. I didn't see assists either, so that was quite intriguing to not see any of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, mate, interesting stuff. And if nothing else, it'll be cool seeing the new Marvel characters and Capcom characters, how they're going to introduce them. I really want to see what version of Dante they put in this as well, because that would be hilarious if they put the new DMC Dante in.
They won't. I reckon they'll put in the classic one. I think DMC was out before Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
I don't know if it was.
It?
I don't know. It was old, but yeah, definitely came out there or thereabouts, and noticeably wasn't in there, or even as it is DLC after the fact. So
Yeah. Well, he was in All Star Battle, whatever it's
Yeah.
called. PlayStation Battle Royale. It was Dante.
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 My name. Oh, man. Noticeably, no Kingdom Hearts, but No Kuni 2. And did anyone play No Kuni at all? The first one?
Yes.
I did not.
Did. Are you
Yes.
excited there's a second one?
So I started the first one and I didn't finish it, but it's I think I'm glad they're persevering with it, because I think it's genuinely, I don't think there's any other RPG that looks like it. It does look amazing. Unfortunately it's nicer to look at than it is fun to play. But I'd check out another one. Definitely, I'll probably buy another one and try and invest a bit more time in it.
Yeah, I mean, I also loved the look of the Studio Ghibli style visuals, and I was always intrigued, but I think it came at a time where there was a load of other games out, so I couldn't find the time to play it. But intriguing. I don't know if I'll play it, especially as I've not played the first one, but I'm glad that they're making it. Very much like Craig, I'm very glad that they're making this. But yeah.
Hopefully the voice acting will be better in this one than it was in the first one.
There you go.
It was
Challenge.
awful. It was unlistenable.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Well, yeah, it was just it was. I think it's just sometimes some art styles don't suit the voices they give, and there was the little thing it had a really harsh Scottish accent, and it was just really it just didn't work. It was too jarring.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Drippy, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
his name,
it was,
the guy with the bell on his the bell end nose. I had a bell hanging off of it. That's what I mean.
Oh, of course, that's what you meant.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That reminds me of like Ollie's love for Yangus in Dragon Quest, with that hideous Cockney accent.
Oh, mate, terrible accent. I'm surprised you didn't see any Final Fantasy 15. I mean, I know it's already out, but I thought it'd be like pimping
Final
the
Fantasy
season
15
pass
too.
or...
There you go. Boom.
Yeah, something. I thought we'd see something, like second DLC season or something.
Yeah, it was bizarre. Like, if nothing else, it would have been cool to be like, look, guys, we finally got it out, right? We're gonna celebrate this for a moment.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if anybody else picked up anything, but I feel like we hit all the big hits. What did you guys think of PSX?
There's one you haven't mentioned, and like I feel like it's my duty to talk about it as the Destiny expert of Last Life Club.
Oh yeah,
no, that was on purpose. I did.
Yeah, I thought so that you could give me an opportunity to show my shining beacon of light for Destiny over here. Which I'll probably write another scathing review about and then take back about 2 months later when that's all I've played. But it's coming to the end of its life now, I think, Destiny. So what they've done is they've re-announced the Sparrow Racing League, which is basically like a mini racing game inside the game, which is pretty cool. It's quite fun. But don't play it with trigger stops, because I didn't realise until I'd given up that they were stopping me from accelerating properly. And they're also bringing something called the Dawning, which brings with it Icebreaker, which is an old gun, which it got taken out because it was so OP, but I think they're bringing it back now because, like I said, it's coming to the end of its life. And they're bringing back strike scoring, which is basically like a challenge mode on what if you play World of Warcraft would be like a dungeon or an instance. So it depends on how you perform, what you kill things with. I think the old raids are coming back as well. So they're kind of like widening their scope by giving us stuff we've already had. Which is typical of Bungie and Destiny.
Oh, wow,
so,
that's amazing.
So yeah, good news for anybody who wants to play the old stuff again. Anybody with those rose tinted glasses who have got a bit of, well, it's only 3 years old, so it's not really nostalgia, but a bit of like false memory about what it used to be. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty good, but I don't think any of you play Destiny, do you?
No, I mean, when they showed the trailer, I didn't even know what it was. I thought The Dawning was the name of the game. I was like, what is The Dawning? And I was watching it with my friend, and he was like, mate, I've got no idea. He's from London.
It's Yangus
he was sitting
again.
next to me, like, mate. He was like, what the hell is The Dawning? What's this racing or something? And I was like, I don't know, man. And then when the woman came out on stage and she was like, oh, it's Destiny, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, fair enough.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah, very ignorant.
so Destiny's greatest hits then. Cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, basically. Yeah. So.
You looking forward to buying Destiny 2 in a year's time or 2 years' time?
Only if it's on PC, I think, but I'll buy it regardless because, again, I'll play it, I'll play all of it, write a bad review, play it more, and then play it some more, and then have to come on a podcast and say, didn't really mean that, guys, it's not so bad, you know. So
there you go, Tess, lady of integrity right there.
Yep.
So Destiny greatest hits aside, what did you guys make of PlayStation experience? I'm pretty impressed, I have to say. Like, I wasn't expecting a lot, and they came out swinging, I thought.
Yeah, I like how they cram loads of trailers in. They don't mess around with people talking. You know, like, oh, we've had a really great year. Ooh. They just get rid of all that, and they literally just like put 30 trailers into an hour.
Yeah,
which I really appreciate.
Yeah, man. Craig, what was your thoughts on PlayStation experience?
Yeah, I sort of agree. I think Sony are getting really good at this sort of thing. After E3 last year, with the reveal of the Final Fantasy VII remake and all that, I think they're getting really good at these sorts of events. So I was impressed. I think they know that they've got a good lineup, and they just go straight for it. So I like it.
Cool. So here's a question for all of you. Do you prefer Nintendo's directs every here and there approach, or do you prefer Sony's going big at E3, Tokyo Game Show, and Experience approach?
I'd say Sony's approach, because it's like an event. Like, there's so many directs, you don't really, I just watch them at my computer desk, just like, oh, it's a direct, put it on the background. But with like Sony Experience or like E3, I always put it on the TV, like in the lounge, get some snacks. They're kind of like way more, I don't really know the word, bombastic.
Yeah, bombastic. Semi-fantastic.
Then, Nintendo's are always like humble, like like it's almost like they're too embarrassed to say that they're proud of what they've done. But Sony's just like, yeah, who likes that? Woo! And everyone's cheering and going mad for it. Yeah, definitely prefer Sony.
Cool. Tess?
I don't know what I can add to what Ollie said, really, but like Sony's all about hype, and Nintendo sort of like drops it on you like the day before that they're doing a direct, and it's sort of like, yeah, so this is coming and this is here and this is cool. So yeah, nice one, guys, let's go. And Sony just like throws it at you and then like waits to see what you do with it, and they I think they've got no fear, whereas Nintendo's a bit more like restrained and a bit more like, people might not like this, so let's just keep it on the down low. Let's not overhype this. But I think everybody needs a little bit of hype every now and again, especially with the year of games we've had this year. So yeah, I think so. I think I prefer Sony.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice how they leave the crowd cheers over the trailers.
Yes, I did. That
no, I don't
really
think anyone
annoyed
else
me.
does that.
I'm so glad you said that.
Did it?
Oh, what?
Oh, I
like,
like it.
oh yeah, let's put something up on the screen. I'm watching a trailer afterwards, and then it's still got bloody cheering in it. Like, I know it exists. I just want to watch
It's
it.
Great.
What about yourself, Craig? What do you think about the Nintendo versus Sony approach?
Oh, but it's very difficult for me to criticize my beloved Nintendo, but so I think they set a good. I like the fact that the directs, they sort of can drop a surprise every now and then and really like own it. But Sony have sort of taken that and coupled it with the hype, which I think is what Nintendo could start doing now. So yeah, I think Sony have got the right mix of sort of their own hype and the Nintendo element of surprise, whereas Nintendo, they don't hype themselves at all. They're almost apologetic. You're right. They're almost apologetic with what they're offering.
Yeah, I mean, finally onto for myself, I like the kind of like the personal kind of, it's just there. Here's a Nintendo Direct, enjoy it. I do admit they are sprung on you a bit, but I do think this PlayStation experience is the only PlayStation experience that I would think fondly of. I think before, I can't really remember PlayStation experience and think of it fondly. So I do like the Nintendo approach, but if Sony can bring it, like they've brung it this year, every year, which is a big if, but if they can do that, then yeah, mate, the Sony approach is damn effective.
It's good.
You know, at Christmas when you're unwrapping a present and the person is saying to you, look, if you don't like it, you can take it back. You can take it back. That's what Nintendo's like. They're like, I've got the receipt. I've got it. It's fine. If you don't like it, and you're already like, I don't like this. I don't want it. You don't even know what it is yet. You know.
Just like watching your face. Oh, he hates it. He hates it.
Yeah. I told you he'd hate it. Why did you buy that?
Funny.
Well, there you go. Fondness all round for Sony's approach, and None of us had any fondness for Game Awards. I'm not going to say who prefers approaches with that. Just sort it out, Game Awards.
Yeah, terrible.
But yeah, quite a week.
Did you see the bit just last year on the Game Awards? Did you see the bit where Jeff Keighley gave Kojima the Lifetime Achievement Award? I thought he was going to propose to him.
I thought it was
I
so.
love you. You're brilliant.
I thought it was so endearingly sweet though. So like, part of me was just like, oh, go on, hug him, go on.
Yeah, it was like endearingly sweet, but it's like you're also in front of like millions of people.
Well,
Like, just
More
control yourself a little
judgy.
bit. But then actually, Kojima surprised me because he went on stage and he was like, "I love you too, Jeff." Man, the whole thing was ridiculous.
well, you can't have Kojima without it being a bit ridiculous, but fun.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah. Well, there you go. Quite the week for gaming. If there's anything any of you guys want to add, or should we close this off?
Well, it depends. Are you going to talk about the next episode?
I can talk about the next episode, yeah. Why not?
You should.
Our next
Yeah,
episode is a kind of Christmassy kind of awards episode where we're going to say what games that we enjoyed in the year and just discuss what we think are the big hits of 2016. It's quite an exciting thing, and I know that Ollie's been working in the background talking to people for what their personal favourite games are, and I think I'm the only person who's not come back and be like, oh, I want to try some more indie games.
Actually, Craig has given me his list, but he hasn't given me the order.
Oh, mate.
So he basically controls the board at the moment. He's like the power user.
It was a struggle to
he
find
can change everything.
5 games that I'd actually finished, and I still don't think I've achieved that. But based on, I went through and I was like, which ones have I actually made it a significant way?
Don't
through?
drop any of them now.
No,
Keep
no,
it secret.
I'm
Don't say
alright, I'm
anything
not
now.
that bad with the spoilers.
Jeez, come on.
I'm not trusted, am I?
No, I was going to say, it's super in there, wasn't it?
Well, this is like, because the other day, like, okay, well, the listeners won't know, we have a WhatsApp group, but Jack, one of our writers, just jumped in and was like, oh, this is my game of the year, by the way. And now I'm a bit on edge that someone else is going to do the same thing. So.
Should influence the vote of like, this will be the Sykes one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But no, exciting things coming up. So yeah, join us on our next episode. Instead of the regular episode, we're going to go all out kind of awards, what we thought were the best ones of 2016. And otherwise, let's shut this down. Go to our website, lastlifeclub.com, which this is the companion podcast for. And if you want, go on to iTunes and give us a 5-star review. And you can email or give your questions to podcast@lastlifeclub.com. I'm Gary, and I'm at LLCGaz. Tess, what's your Twitter handle?
I have changed it. I'm now, yeah, I know, mad. I'm now at LLC_Tess.
Oh, welcome,
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, well, I'm going to change mine then.
All right, so
I'm gonna be-
dubiously give
Well-
out your
All
current
right.
one, knowing it's going to change.
Jump on the
No,
bandwagon,
I'm not going to
mate.
give it out, mate.
Yeah,
No, you
He's
know
got.
what,
He's
fuck
doing
it.
it right
I'm not
now.
Fuck it, I'm not giving out any Twitter handle.
you did kind of start this
You can
trend,
find me.
so you kind of you're getting on
You
late.
can find me if you want to tweet me.
It's part of the challenge.
And Craig, what is your Twitter handle?
So mine's at Craig Herman. Do spam me because I'm getting a lot of it since I joined the site.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
We win.
And the site's
All right, cool.
the site's one is at lastlifeclub.com. And thank you for joining us. I hope you
No, it's not. Wait,
Oh.
no, it's not. It's at Last Life Club.
at I said .com, didn't I? Edit that out.
did,
Come
mate.
on, gotta edit that out.
I
for
will.
me.
I will. I'll bleep it out, mate.
As I said, the Twitter for that is at Last Life Club. Smooth.
Nice save.
Take care, everyone. It's been great, and yeah, see you for the Christmas awards show. See ya.
Bye.
I love you, Jeff.